This is Sky Fire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Sky Fire News is on the internet. Sky Fire News. UFO show on the internet. Sky Fire News is on the internet. Come look for it on TV, man. Sky Fire News.
I'm getting contact in the desert. We'll give an icy bitch my sweater. Don't start seeds at some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. Move that Travis walk, nothing go way too high. Think I just saw Michael A. Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck is Kimball? Where the hell is Red? Someone saw craft over Ashton's bed. I got 6 green lasers, and I'm pointing in that space. And I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, and nearly anything temperature. I thought star seeds at some kind of internal temperature regulation system. Some shit, and I'm way too high to peek and I'm shooting on lizards like how she had. And if she had, thinks that reptilians are hot, maybe not. My birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. 'Cause Gary Nolan blocked me. On TV, it's my birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. Because of all of these scams, and I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scandals. It's a shame. I brought all my homies to the stage, and now I wanted to take a chance. Brandon said, come on over, got the skinwalker ranch, and it immediately smelled sulfur, and something followed me home. The werewolves won't leave me alone. It's a force he gon' death. No, they call it the hitchhiker effect. I don't know if I can take it. The voices in my head are telling me to get naked, but I won't, because I'm in the middle of a meeting at work. But there's demons in the meeting at work, but I can't acknowledge them, or they'll break my neck. Oh God, me with that hitchhiker effect. I wanted to take a chance.
Get contact in the desert. Wouldn't give an icy bitch my sweater. Don't start seeds, have some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. Move back, Travis Spawn. I think I'm way too high. I think I just saw Michael Ian Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck's Kim Ball? Where the hell is Red Somersault grabbed over Ashton's bed? Melinda less space. I got 6 green lasers and I'm pointing them in space, and I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, had an alien adventure. I thought star seeds had some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite curve. Gary Nolan, rock me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite curve. Gary Nolan, rock me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite girl. Gary Nolan, rock me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite girl. Gary Nolan, rock me is coming through the speaker.
What up? Almost perfectly timed with the song. This is Skyfire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Welcome to the show. I think the song is doing a lot of heavy lifting for me today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sick as a dog, but we are living it up. Skyfire News in the house, bringing you the news every day that we can. Definitely Monday through Friday, though. That's been super consistent. You know what I mean? I see the chat popping off. I love it. We got a lot of news to go through today, and I got some personal stuff I want to go over because of some stuff that people have been talking reckless about. You probably know who I'm talking about. We got UAP Mike, said he might come through as a special guest, an honored guest. Some more drama unfolding, obviously, but also some really big news stories. Real quick, I'm going to give you the rundown of what you can look forward to today. Again, forgive me, all right? If you notice a little lackluster presentation, your boy is not 100% right now, okay? That's why I'm not big on the screen. You don't want to see that, all right? First things first, the Vatican. Look what they're going to release an official statement on apparitions, paranormal, and phenomena. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. We need official statements. They specifically, I think, mentioned like the Marianic apparitions, which are the apparitions of the Mother Mary. That's important to me because I've never seen a UFO or an alien, but I definitely saw that chick. So I'd like to know what that's about. We also got a Chilean. That's from Chile, if you guys aren't familiar. Chilean senator says he was abducted and that afterwards he saw owls all over the place. That's cool. I'm into this. He was dead serious when he was talking. We have a clip of that. We're going to show you guys. Can check that out and figure out for yourself what do you think he's talking about. Personally, I think it's just the jam, right? Just like our Skyfire News anthem that we have now. Why did we go with some reggaeton, like craziness? I don't know, but it happened that way. So now we all are stuck with it for at least a season. All right. And Lou Reviews was mentioned in his own segment of Julian Dory. Well, Julian Dory was talking to, I think, Patrick James or something. And so they talked about Lou Reviews, and we are going to talk about that because it's not every day that a UFO Twitter, YouTube personality makes its way into a Julian Dory episode. And, you know, I think Julian Dory is great work, personally. And his homie Alessi, they're great. Yeah, Dan Freeman with the only comment that matters right now. The song is fire, shit slaps, agreed. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Real quick, I got a quick announcement I think I want to give y'all. We're going to play clips of this because I was outraged by what I saw. Lou Reviews talking that mad trash, dude. And he doesn't know how AI music generation works or music creators work. So I think on Chupacabra, I might do a live show where we create a song from scratch. And I'll let the chat create lyrics. I'll put them in the song. And Lou Reviews, you can watch and see for yourself how it's done. Because he accused Heather Birdie of having AI write the lyrics, which I'm pretty sure did not happen because those are too damn specific. I don't think AI knew that much about you, Lou. Personally. I think, honestly, too, if you just thought about it for 2 seconds, you'd have figured that out. I mean, either you have a lot of faith in the Lupacabras in the mix. You have a lot of faith in AI being psychic, or you just have no faith in your ops, which is fine. It's fine. The song is slapping. I'm actually going to just turn it up while we think about this, and I'm going to change the image from Lou Reviews to something more appealing. Slaps. And so I wrote those lyrics too. Skyfire News, the best UFO show on the internet. There's no way that a chatbot or an AI could have figured that out. We gotta let them know. We're in like season 1. That's all. As you guys know, Red Panda will be joining us. He has his weekly CIA meetings every single day, right before the show. And they let him go when they let him go. We don't have a say in that. We got to just let it happen. Let's get over to the chat. I'm going to say what's up to y'all. First in line, we have Alana. Alana, thank you so much for being here first. It means a lot. I like popping into the chat as I'm getting the show ready. I'm in here and I'm just watching it kind of form. I'm looking at the chat. You guys got me cracking up every day. Thank you. I wish the emoji showed on here, but they don't. If you guys are members, you can use the emotes. And the more members we get, the more emotes we're dropping in there. Cosmic Time is next. We might have a Lou Reviews emote. We might. Pizza Slayer, let's effing go. We've been live for 14 minutes. In 1 more minute, I'm going to start cussing a lot. So, let's effing go is happening right now. Fire thumbnail. Actually, yes. Yes, it is a fire thumbnail. I'm not going to show you the ones I was going to choose, but they were like halfway there. Heather Birdie really finished that off. For not being a graphic designer, you got an eye for it. We got TJ Felony. TJ, you're a bitch. TJ, I think you're crazy. TJ, shut the fuck up. TJ, keep my name out your mouth. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We got Casual Links with the Fire Eyes. iFire News. TJ, you got pink eye? We'll figure that out. We got Alana back in the mix. B, whoa. Red, I like green on you, dog.
Thanks, bro.
Look at that. Complimenting the red hat. Okay, I'm into this. We're calling out the chat. You showed up just in time.
Hell yeah.
So I just had some sweet words for TJ. We have Derek in the mix. Derek Daughtry, good to see you. Derek Daughtry, I don't think he has a Twitter account. This might be where he gets his UFO news and gossip, but we love him. We love him for being here. We think that's awesome. Heather in the mix. Lou Elizondo shilling his book. Hi, sweetie, Heather Birdie. He must want a new cover designed. Okay, we got UAP Zach in the mix. Jason Sands says, I remote viewed Lou's book. It's not that good. Sorry, chat.
Oh, there's
Not
some
that good,
Sans
though.
news too that broke today that was kind of popping. Did we get the invite to Mike? Do you know?
I know that I didn't send it.
Okay,
Because I didn't think about it. Not because I didn't want him to have it. I just didn't get a chance to do that. I'm milking my illness. By the way, I'm deathly ill with some kind of flu or something. But if we screw up today, it's because of that. Period.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, send him the link. But yeah, pretty eventful day, dude. Yeah, like you said, got this Pope stuff. Julian Dory talking about Lou reviews. The Chilean senator. Boom, bro.
Also, this little clip. What do you know about this?
So, do you want to explain, what that means, the perception management?
Perception management. Little talk from Dana Pasolka. That's going to be related to the Vatican news.
Ooh.
So we're going to dive into that.
This is going to be all good. Good. Should we start with the Chilean senator? I feel like that's an easy starting off point.
Big time. Big time.
And that's huge.
He said he was abducted. Not that he had a sighting. Not that he had a weird dream. He was abducted. And he's a sitting senator in Chile. Chile. What's the capital of Chile?
Santiago?
Damn, dude. Yes.
Is
according to the Spanish song I learned when I was 15 years old, yes, it is. So.
All right. Well, let's pull this up. Yeah. Okay. So, and there was a. Go for it. Sorry.
Oh no, the clip. I want to see the clip of him, of what he talks about. It's so bananas.
Because yeah, those pics you put in the thing are a little bit of a clue, right? It's something that comes up a lot in UFO abduction cases. And yeah, like Tupa said, this is a sitting Chilean senator. So this is huge, bro. This is the equivalent of like, well, who's it? Schumer, right? Saying he was abducted. Or okay, I have to send the invite to UFO Late Group. 1 second. But yeah, this is equivalent to Senator Schumer. Who are some other big name senators out there in the mix, Tupa?
Harry Reid.
Yeah. Yeah, for
R.I.P.
sure.
R.I.P.
I mean, they all serve their purpose, right? But senators and congressmen are like two different levels. And like senator, it's not higher, I would say, but you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah,
it's not nothing that this Chilean senator said this. And let's watch the clip. Of course, it's in Spanish, so we're going to be reading subtitles together.
Abducidos.
No, en serio.
Por la ISAP, ¿no?
En serio, venía camino de Natalia a Punta Arenas. Me acerca una luz y giraba grande un platillo. Se me apaga el vehículo. Se me apaga el vehículo, me ves ahí. Venía conversando por teléfono con alguien, se apagó todo. Y luego aparezco cerca de 200 kilómetros más adelante. Cerca de 200 kilómetros más adelante. Y con la persona que estaba hablando le dije, ya llegué. Y después de ese evento, veía búhos y lechuzas en todas partes. Tuve que averiguar con una persona experta. Sí. Entonces yo me saqué las cartas, pero tenía un significado de que uno veía por el giro de el cogote de la lechuza y de los ojos, y me regalaron, llegó una persona, me regaló un búho, vi una amiga con una polera de búho, pero lo peor no fue eso. Lo peor fue que llegó a mi oficina, yo trabajaba en una radio.
¿Esto qué año fue?
Esto fue el 2012. Llegó un viejo.
Mike, did you see this yet?
No.
Honestly, let's just watch it again because that was nuts, Tupa. He hit so many different points within this one abduction case.
I would just catch Mike up on it so our audience doesn't have to watch the same clip back to back. That's what I would do.
Okay. He basically says that he was, his car was going. Power went out on his car. He says he sees a light, right? He's talking on the phone with someone, and then next thing he knows, he's 120 miles from his location and still talking on the phone with someone. And then afterwards, this is where we're at. He's seeing owls everywhere.
Viejo pelado chico a mi oficina y me trajo unos papeles Y me dijo usted,
También un viejo pelado chico cagó el cuento. Estábamos con tensión aquí.
usted tiene que difundir el mensaje. Y me trae unos papeles que eran secretos de la NASA, me los trajo ahí, y él me dijo que era una persona de otro planeta y que yo, en vista que había sido abducido, me traía esos documentos. Documentos que todavía los tengo ahí. Yo tocaba a alguien y hacía electricidad durante como un año.
Wow. This is
That's
pretty
wild.
wild.
That is. He's not holding back. That's cool.
What do you think
Very-
about that message, dude, that he got too? Like you have to deliver this. Do you know what this reminds me of, honestly? Funny enough, it reminds me of the Steve space recently where he was like, some American congresswoman is going to be Aphrodite and she's a messenger of all this stuff. Is that not kind of similar to what he's explaining a little bit? He's not saying I'm a Greek god, but he's saying I was told I was going to be part of delivering this message. Mind you, this was in 2012.
Yeah, that's a common theme for a lot of abductees is you're a star seed, right? That's another thing, right? You have a mission, like you have to, you're here for a reason. So yeah, carry a message, deliver a message, wake people up. That's another common thing.
And he says he was given papers from NASA, so that's pretty wild too. I mean, if he has those papers, we got to see him, right?
Do you think he was visited by Tim Taylor and handed 2 pieces of metal?
He doesn't really describe the entities. It kind of sucks the platform he was on, right? Like, like here you have a sitting senator talking about that I was abducted, I was taken in, just like some meme on some like late night Chilean TV show.
Honestly,
like the sound effects, the no mama's way, like
yeah.
like this is profound. This is actually profound. This is amazing.
Yeah, they have to milk it for entertainment. You know what I mean? And like when you say something like that on TV, you don't know where to go with that. It's like trauma. You got to make light of it and be like, all right, moving on. That was crazy. So the senator saw a UFO, was abducted, saw a little bald man, was given messages, talked to NASA. I think for the audience, when I ask, was he handed 2 pieces of metal? There's a story from the Bledsoe family that after Chris Bledsoe's encounter in 2007, a lot of men visited them from the government. One of them being Tim Taylor, who I guess oversees a lot of the NASA launches, and he's got some very strong interest in this stuff. In fact, he even has protocols he lives out every day that keeps him in contact with some higher intelligence. So there's that. He blindfolded Diana Pasolka, who's going to be talked about later on in this episode. He blindfolded her, took her to some place called the Gifting Fields, where he found. He says that there's just shrapnel there all the time. He didn't blindfold everyone though. Not Grant Cameron, interestingly enough. But he handed 2 pieces of this metal to Chris Bledsoe, and when he put the second piece in his hand with the first piece already in, Chris got like a charge, like a electric shock. And I guess, Bledsoe's son Ryan was told that it's basically proves that you've been in the presence of a non-human intelligence. Something about you changes when you have this experience, and that change can be picked up by this act of holding on to these 2 pieces of metal. Very weird. Very
It's a great
interesting.
point too, because he says there at the end that for like a year after this encounter, he was shocking everyone's hand. So it is kind of weird, like and then of course he had the part with the car going off like that. You hear that Hynek was talking about that in the 60s. Do you think he's lying at that level? Right? You're muted, Tupa.
I'm back. I don't think he's lying, personally. I mean, that's a big risk to take, to say that on TV and not be able to back it up like historical data, like it happened in 2012. He probably has, the research he did into and all that other stuff. I buy it.
Cool. Should we watch that Hugo Chavez clip, or should we just go on to the Vatican stuff? I saw you put it in there.
Me, a Hugo Chavez clip?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did that.
Okay, we'll go to the Vatican. You definitely did, but we'll go to the Vatican. Boom, boom. Now this was spicy. This was hot fire. That was happening. The Vatican is going to update their guidelines for apparitions, paranormal phenomena. What did you guys think about this? And I'll pull up the article.
I think it's weirdly timed with that whole people can see demons now. Remember that?
That's a great point.
Remember that a couple weeks ago? oh, there's some what is it? This disorder that makes people see long ears, crazy faces, demon faces of regular people. Very, very sketchy. My guess is that the veil. This has been said a lot. The veil is thinning, right? The veil is lifting between worlds, and we're going to be inundated with mass visions. Maybe.
Whatever
not
it
just
has to
mass
do with
sightings.
like the electromagnetic like field slipping. You know what I mean? Like you have
Absolutely.
the Arctic, the poles, and all that stuff. So yeah,
Absolutely.
like you said, a thinning of the veil.
Yep. And if the magnetic field is in some way, related to that veil, or and I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, it's all part of the electromagnetic spectrum, right? Even visible light is.
So here's the article. Should we read it? And then we got some stuff prepared for some of the weird Vatican connections connected to the UFO.
And at some point, we do have to say rest in peace to Bruce McAfee.
Oh, we do have to
Right.
do that at the end too, and we should probably post something on Sky.
Hell yeah.
About that. Good point. Do you want to read this too, or should I?
I can read it.
Go for it.
The Vatican is preparing to release a document giving guidance on how to discern supernatural phenomena. The Holy See Press Office announced the upcoming document will be published May 17th with a live stream press conference featuring prefect for the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith. I'm not Catholic. These are new words to me. Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez. Fernandez has previously said the dicastery is in the process of finalizing a new text with clear guidelines and norms for the discernment of apparitions and other phenomena, according to the National Catholic Register. Very cool. Why would we need to discern that? Why would that be a thing? An apparition refers to an instance in which a divine entity, such as a saint, the Virgin Mary, or Christ himself, makes itself known to a person on earth. The concept is a reoccurring theme in the Bible, and most Christian denominations affirm the belief that such brushes with the supernatural can still occur today in various capacities. The Catholic Church urges extreme prudence before ascribing phenomena to a supernatural force, warning that being too quick to attribute divine origin to explainable occurrences can damage the faith and warp belief. Alleged apparitions are usually documented and scrutinized by the diocesan, I don't know what that word is, bishop's office, and then forwarded to Rome for further investigation. So what they're saying here is like, look, if there's a lot of psychological, medical, scientific explanations for apparitions or experiences, and we can't start applying spiritual or holy apparitions to these things, right? And in fact, I read about this earlier, that until recently, we don't know what the new discernment policies are going to be, but the Vatican has maintained for a long time that the first thing you should do if you have an experience like this is seek medical attention, right? Both for psychological and for physical checkups to determine and help determine if you've had a real experience or not. They don't take this stuff lightly. There's a Vatican archive of this happening throughout history. So it's a very real thing, but they don't want it just to be carte blanche. The last time the Vatican Doctrinal Office released guidance on apparitions was in '78 under Pope Paul IV. The document norms, or is that the 6th? The document norms regarding the manner of proceedings in the discernment of presumed apparitions or revelations was released due to the increased influence of mass media. So 78. What was going on in 78, Red? What happened?
Yep.
We had Rosemary's Baby or something? What happened?
Dude, you know what it was? That's what I was saying, dude. This is all like, it ties into UFO stuff across the board.
Oh, hold up. We got a member, baby.
Uh-oh.
Welcome, Rob the Great, to the family. We love you. Thanks for being here.
Days I'm all about the fatty. You better get some. Too busy hating, ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Yeah, they ain't ready for.
Right on, Rob. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Feel free to use those emotes. Love having you here. Thanks for the support. Go ahead, Red.
So in 1978, what was happening? Do you know, Mike? 1978 was kind of a big year for quote-unquote disclosure, although it ended up not happening. Boom. That's when this was going on. When Hynek was at the UN in Grenada, and they were all saying, hey, we need to bring UFOs to the mainstream. I find it very interesting that at that time they issue a statement, right? Is it me to find that weird? I mean, obviously we're UFO people, right? We see UFOs and everything, but like, this
Didn't Lee
timeline.
Spiegel have something to do with this too?
He actually did. He helped a lot about it, and so did Steven Spielberg. Even a little bit helped with this. This is right around the time of Close Encounters. Hynek was obviously in the movie. The Grenada Prime Minister, right there, Sir Eric Gary, was invited and went to the New York premiere of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So there was a pretty big push at that time. So I find it interesting that that's one of the recent times that they did this.
That's very interesting. I mean, the document says itself in the report, right? That in 1978, they had to make a statement due to the increased hype from mass media and public concern. I mean,
there's Jacques Vallée.
Is that Edgar Mitchell? No, who's that?
No, I don't think he was there.
Cool.
But yeah, this was 1978, guys. This happened, and actually, this ties in. I mean, I don't want to get too far off, but it ties into the stuff going on today with San Marino, and it even ties into China.
Really?
China had an initiative in basically 2018 that they wanted to be the spiritual successor to this movement and bring it to the United Nations, and the U.S. kind of undercut that and stole all the people that China had collected. Not stole, and now they're doing that same group that China had invited all these different people to. Now they're doing it outside of China via San Marino, with the same goal of bringing this issue to the United Nations, like was attempted in 1978.
Damn.
So yeah, so that's cool. That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Let me see. There's a little bit more to this article. Let me see. Any thoughts on this, Mike? All right.
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay.
Mike, real quick, you're a Catholic, right? Or you have Catholic background?
Yes.
What anything pop up from your upbringing in Catholicism? Any kind of like, do you remember this at all, or do you recall? I mean, I wasn't alive in '78, but
obviously, like apparitions are a big part of being Catholic, like Marian apparitions. Obviously, the 1917 apparition. I don't know if that's something that like Catholic Church obviously talks about much, but yeah, apparitions are definitely part of lore. So, if they are expecting people to see them, and people have cameras, I can see this being something that they're going to have to address.
Well, especially how about this when you have, I would say, the American disclosure complex, whatever you want to call it, pushing someone who literally has a Marian apparition with Chris Bledsoe. Like that's like, she doesn't say I'm Mary, right? But it's literally like it looks like an angel. It's an apparition.
Yeah, a lot of people are having like these Marian type apparitions or encounters entities, right? Like a divine feminine entity. Yeah. And that's obviously that ties big into Catholic lore.
When you were practicing, or has anyone in your congregation or growing up, did you know anyone who had a Marian apparition experience?
No, I mean, I've had obviously I know people who have had visited with spirits and ghosts and stuff like or angels, but nothing like a Marian apparition. That's very impressive. I mean, I'm sure people have had it though. Definitely.
I was raised Catholic.
Mary, she's quite an image everywhere.
I was raised Catholic and I went to Catholic school for a bit there, and it was like these things happened. Fatima happened, Guadalupe happened, saints happened, and in order to become a saint, people don't know this. There's like you have to have like 3 post-life, basically like mini miracles happen in relation to your body, or someone like coming to you and claiming to get healed from cancer, stuff like that.
Stigmata too, Padre Pio. He's another one again where you have the wounds of Christ right on their hand.
The stigmata.
Yeah, that's a thing that the Catholic that they that's a whole thing.
Mike and Red, as Catholics, in your opinion, does Chris Bledsoe have a chance of becoming a saint? Does he fit the criteria?
I would say maybe, and that kind of ties into. Although, I mean, I guess
absolutely
we could go into
no way.
But who was called to the Vatican, who wrote about it in their book for the possible canonization of a new saint, was Diana Pasulka. That was part of the reason she was there.
Well, I can imagine. Chris Bledsoe is not some sort of like, you know what I mean, like super Catholic. He is a Catholic, as I understand it. Or
is
Christian.
he? I didn't even know that. I know he's.
I don't know. I'm to be perfectly honest, I don't know, but I know like he's not somebody the Catholic Church would. Yeah, they would not want to canonize him.
Because he's not a devout Catholic. He's not like
Right.
he's
It's
not
not
like,
that because he is not right. Exactly. It's just because he's not like probably observing the faith they would want him to.
Now, Diana Pasulka exposed something that, and exposed might be the wrong word, but brought attention to the Vatican archive, which hold a lot of the documents about these like events and these situations. While he might not be sainthood material, do you think his case is looked like along with other people, like they're still held in the archive, even though they don't meet sainthood status? These experiences? Yes, they do. Okay. I think we should play this Diana Pasulka clip. Did you guys freeze? No, we're back. Okay. Did Red freeze?
No, I'm here.
Okay, we're watching this.
Sorry, I'm just in the zone. All right, let's watch it.
So, do you want to explain, what that means, the perception management of the UFO issue, and then beyond that, some of the conversations you had with people and actually involved in that work?
Yes. So for those who do like 6 months of work in UFO research, they're going to notice that, since the 1940s, the government has been engaged in trying to manage the public perception of UFOs. This is not a conspiracy. This is something that's just fact. We've had Project Blue Book and other projects. Okay. Some were classified, some were not classified. Project Blue Book was not a classified program. However, there were parts of it that were definitely not told to the public. Okay. Like the background information and work with media in order to debunk certain sightings and things like that. We all know that that's the case now. Okay, we know that. The tools of perception management, which were, public media back then, were slow. Today, they're super fast, instantaneous. And so this is something that we have to keep in mind. So if any academics get into this topic, they actually have to address this. And academics do not like to address this part. It's really messy. It's really difficult to adjudicate what's being, what you're told and what could be planted information. But if we're going to do it responsibly, we have to do this because this is just the fact. This is just how it goes. So I think that part of American Cosmic for me was kind of a Whitley Strieber. I talked to him the other day and he called it an appalled journey through the field of UFO reality. And
You're muted, Tupa.
So that's what happened, and I stand by that. No, I'm playing. We're getting into like the weeds here a little bit, but when we talked earlier about the Chilean senator who began to see owls after his experience, Whitley Strieber is the author of a book called Communion, and that book actually opened up a lot of people's what seemed to be like maybe masked memories or repressed memories about similar experiences where they kept thinking they were seeing owls, but they might have actually been seeing aliens, and who knows, or the increased appearance of owls could be more like high strangeness or the hitchhiker effect, something like that.
It's all interconnected, huh?
I think so. I think a lot of this is we're going to find out it's all one thing, and that we're interpreting it very differently based on whatever. But I'm pretty sure we're going to find out it's one thing. I've seen so many different things, right? So, and then the Catholic Church studying this for so long, they have to know like things are in the mix. Things are humans. Some of this stuff is human sensory perception, like. But the perception management thing I wanted to play because it kind of reminded me of what the Vatican's doing, right? They have to manage perceptions. They have to help people discern, right? What's real, what's not, what's psychosis, and what's a miracle. And like Mike and I talked about earlier, there could be a thinning of the veil where people are going to be seeing a lot more stuff. Just a couple days ago, I witnessed something I never thought I'd ever see in my whole life, which was the Northern Lights. I never thought I'd see that. I fantasize. I'll go to Alaska, and suddenly I'm looking up, and there they are, and it's just like, dude, this is weird. This is weird, but cool. Lex Diaz. Whoo!
I don't know
if you guys noticed my
finish
cup.
This clip out, or I have a clip too, but I didn't know if you wanted to.
No, we're not going to finish this clip out because it's really long. We're only halfway done. But yeah, I want to get over to the next story too. And by the way, guys, everybody over on Twitter, I love you guys. All right, but we're about the halfway mark of the show, and what we're going to start doing is turning off the Twitter thing and doing some part of the show is going to be YouTube only. You know what I mean? Because we got members on YouTube. We got members on YouTube. So guys, we're about to get into the juicy stuff here with this case and also into the Lou review stuff. Pop over to the YouTube, become a subscriber. We're growing the channel. We're keeping it live. But yeah, we're about to cut off the stream to Twitter. I implore you guys all, hop over to the YouTube stream. The chat's active and live, and the members are sick. So, Red, play that clip, and then I'll take care of the stuff in the background.
Cool. So real quick, I think what's important for the audience to know too is that Diana Pasulka, I would say, is honestly low-key a Vatican plant. Not even in a bad way. Every religion has their fingers in this. But she was given direct access to some records. One of them being for this guy, Joseph of Cupertino. And he was like a flying saint. Another female saint, I forgot the name, but she basically, when you read her description, her saint powers was basically remote viewing at that time. So I just find it interesting that like she's so prominent, you know what I mean? And I don't think it's a bad thing. I really love her voice, you know what I mean? But if anything, it's a smart move of the Vatican, right? To like start like picking people to like give access to your records. And that goes into this next clip where here's Bryce Zabel talking about Pasulka and that apparently the Vatican, I mean, obviously, as we know, has been studying the phenomenon for centuries, right? They're the oldest still active intelligence service in the entire, like the CIA, like that concept, like the Vatican, like pioneered it. You know what I mean? So let's watch this clip too.
You raised in that special that the Vatican has known about this for a while. What should happen about that? Should the Vatican, how do you get the Vatican legitimately on the record about what they know about the UFO situation?
Well, one of the things that I think is the red flag with the Vatican is that a few years ago, the Vatican acknowledged that we are all God's children, whatever we are. If we're another species, we're still God's children. And that the Christian faith, they emphasized, is not incompatible with the belief in aliens. And I think the Vatican's been aware of this issue since at least the Second World War, when the Magenta craft was recovered. And I think that the Vatican apparently, my good friend Diana Walsh-Pasulka, the theologian professor, has apparently gone to the Vatican Library in the past. And she's told me that there are enormous archives in the Vatican still to be released where they've been studying the phenomena through millennia.
It is, you raised in that special.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty wild, right? Is that not?
No, that's awesome. Bryce Zabel, Ross Coulthart, friends of the show.
And Pope Pius XII kind of lets FDR know.
Why did the Pope get involved? Because it's
in
Italy?
Well, interestingly enough, there's like a whole history of human intelligence prior to World War II and old money, the Vatican, the Italian mob, kind of the old country boys did a lot of informal intelligence collection for the U.S. And there's probably some books you can read on.
Probably pause because it's Joe Rogan, right? But yeah, dude. I mean, Grush is talking about the Vatican. Ross Coulthart's talking about the Vatican, and we know Ross Coulthart talks to people. You know what I mean? I feel like the Vatican is very much becoming more and more of a player, I would say, in the disclosure narrative. Am I right or what?
They never were.
Yeah.
I think Grush's idea that they were the oldest intelligence community ever, I mean, that's got to be true. Like, they were the oldest one, you know, having to know where everybody was, all the kings and queens and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely can see them going back.
Yeah, and over the most technologically advanced, like, part of the world at the time, right? So you have to think, right, if there was a Roswell in, like, 1500s Europe, the Vatican would probably have their finger in that pot a little bit, right?
It would be the first person you would come to. I mean, if something's falling from the sky, you assume it's from the heavens. So who's, you know, go to the Pope.
My camera has officially overheated, so
there's a heat stroke out there, y'all, in where Tupa lives. So feel free to super chat to help him get some ice.
I need that ice money.
Ice is expensive these days. I mean, everything is expensive.
Everything's expensive, man. All right, well, should we move on to the next story then, Tupa? Is there anything else you guys want to say about the Vatican?
No, I think this is great. I think we're going to keep watching the story. The Vatican, as we've been saying, is a main player in disclosure. The first intelligence community, right? A lot of people say the Roman Rome turned into the church. That's what a lot of people are saying. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Oh, and also, there, as you said, we're gonna keep covering it. It's gonna be on Friday, so hopefully we have some cool guests on Friday. That's when they're supposed to actually release it, right? So we're just covering the announcement of the release of the update on guidelines of apparitions and all that. So that'll be fun to dissect with whoever we got Friday. But yeah, I look forward to it.
Hell
all right,
yeah.
ready for the next one?
Big time.
Boom.
Bam, baby. This was interesting.
This was very interesting.
So a friend of the show, Dan Freeman, brought it up to my attention that Lou was mentioned on Julian Dory's show. Shout out to Dan. I didn't know that. I didn't even see it coming. So I put the clip on, and I was surprised to say, like, yeah, Lou and Julian have communicated before. He knew a lot about what was going on as far as, like, I guess UFO Twitter and whatnot. And he had a lot to say about UFO Twitter. I don't know if we have any UFO Twitter family in the chat right now, but I mean, it was very interesting. And Dan Freeman, he had a lot to say about it as well. I mean, he feels a certain type of way because, you know, number one, the critiques and the criticism of UFO Twitter they're not wrong, right? But at the same time, what you notice is if you're putting your time into spaces and you're putting your time into sharing ideas and creating a community and yada yada, then you'll notice that there's these anonymous listeners, right, that'll pop in. And what happens is that the content you're helping create and the conversations you're helping facilitate get farmed out and are getting farmed out by people who are just watching and ready to critique and stuff. So that's a whole thing. And I think Dan's criticisms were valid. You know what I mean? Regardless, they were valid. And is Julian doing that? No, definitely Lou reviews. But the topic of Lou Elizondo came up of, you know, that experience. They seem to know a lot about Julian and his guest. I think it was Patrick James. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was a very interesting thing. It was good to see the community mentioned, but we weren't mentioned in the best light. I'll put it that way.
Should we watch it then? Let's pull it up.
And Mike, you've been mentioned by Julian Dory before, by name.
Oh yeah, we got to pull that up. Yeah, Mike, you watched this too, right? Ahead of time. Do you have any thoughts before you watch this clip of Julian Dory talking about Lou reviews?
Well, my thoughts were, at first I had a little trouble following, you know, who the other gentleman he's speaking to. Who's Julian Dory talking to here?
You know what the worst part is, dude? I still don't even remember. I'm not even trying to be like that.
I think it's Patrick James, and it's another. It's a YouTuber and social guy, and he does a lot of like really cool, you know,
so he's
investigations.
talking about. I guess he had a conversation with Lou, or I don't know who had the conversation with Lou.
Yeah, actually, Patrick and Lou talked on a podcast, and Patrick goes into that, but also Julian Dory has spoken to Lou and talks about that in this episode as well. Like, spoken.
I think there's one line that Julian Dory says that really applies to Lou.
Okay, well, before we get into that, let's watch this real quick.
UAP
When Mike got mentioned,
on
and
the
we'll go back to
Julian
it.
Dory Ashton Forbes.
Old school cut.
And figuring he keeps me honest. So like, let's not act like I'm not susceptible to it too. I just think it'll make your journey a little easier because people won't just see you as the guy who's like, no, I got everything. Whatever I say goes.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that advice. You know, again, you're right. I'm not the kind of person who's been privy to a lot of that. I knew that I would get attacked from the moment I brought my name out there, which is absolutely what happened. I mean, our subreddit got banned the same day that I put my full name out there. You know, there's people literally saying they're trying to disconnect me from the case.
Yeah, I saw. What was that, UAP Mike or something?
I'm not going to say anybody's name. There's people out there who are trying to.
What did you think, Mike, when you heard that during the height of the like Ashton and Julian Dory shit?
It's such a clown show. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god. The thing I muted MH370. Like, I muted the whole topic because I couldn't care like less about it, and I held a goof space where somebody Panda clipped me probably, and now I'm somehow like.
Oh, we got a super sticker from our love.
Sorry, let's introduce the super sticker. Let's do it proper. Alana, thank you so much for
our lovely member.
Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah.
Nowadays I'm all about the fatty. You better get some. Too busy hating, ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Yeah, they ain't ready for.
Love to see it. We love to see it. Yeah. So Mike mentioned by name by Julian Dory. Very cool. Very cool.
Major
and then,
W. Boom.
Yeah, let's get to this clip. Clippity clip.
Interdimensionality, whatever you want to say here.
Oh, so can I just pause? Like when I saw that Lou Reviews was like his own like section, we probably it's kind of short, but I thought it was just so funny.
Hey, am I tripping to think Julian's got a fucking monster jumper?
What do you mean jumper?
I bet he can ball, dude. He seems like he's balling people
Oh
out.
yeah, he definitely seems like the white guy that could ball. Probably like Mike, huh? Mike, can you ball?
Yeah, I played in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I never knew that about you. That's cool.
Yeah, Julian's giving me Iverson
somewhere out
vibes.
in the
With that under thing too on his arm? Yeah, for sure.
universe, intelligent life exists. That one, I don't mind saying I'm personally 100%. I don't remember what. It was him and another guy with Lou Elizondo. I don't know how long ago this was, maybe a year or 2 years, something like that. And he's very up to date on like people like Lou and still viewing them as working for the government, which, you know, that could be their job, which is fine. But he looks at it like, okay, that means I'm not going to listen to a word they say. Okay. That's it's some of that's hard to argue with. But you're saying you were having a back and forth with him. We were talking about this last night where, you know, you were like poking fun at it to like be sarcastic about stuff and he wasn't really catching the drift.
No, here's the thing is my introduction to him was given to me 5 minutes before I met him on a virtual podcast. I was told that he had a YouTube channel about UFOs. Then he kind of flipped his script and now is against it. And because of that, he potentially lost a lot of audience that he had.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was also told that he's an actor and a stand-up comic, right? So that day, I even told my co-host going into that episode before we hit record, I was like, I've had a couple of sales calls today where I'm just like in a no bullshit type of mood. So I don't know if that'll kind of come across in this interview. But either way, I'm going to get really baked and we'll see what happens. Yeah. And so anyway, Lou comes on and I'm expecting this like super professional looking guy. And he just looks like a regular dude, right?
Yeah,
so
he's a regular bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, so he's like one of us. So
one of us.
Yeah. And so the interview starts and he's instantly going in and getting like really like, man, it's like bringing me down, you know, like I hear what you're saying and you're making a lot of great points. And, you know, I might even agree with you on a lot of this stuff, but I think the mood I was in that day, I just started like in a way fucking around, giving him many opportunities to join the jokes, you know, like a yes and type of thing, right? Yes. And I think he just wasn't expecting it, and so he was kind of laughing, but also kind of getting back to the point of things. And anytime I felt like he was gaining any momentum, I would just start fucking around and cracking jokes. Like one of the things that he was talking about was like, when I asked him about the percentage of where he is on these are from another planet and they're here. He was talking about things on other planets and aliens from other planets. So I go, you know what? I was talking to Christian, my co-host, about this, and this is a real conversation. And I was like, if this comes out as real, you got to think about what's next. Like, how does this affect society? And I was like,
so that's interesting too. But then in a little bit, they get into a little more about the dynamics online about this stuff. Should I fast forward a little bit, Tupa?
No, let this clip finish. Just the next 10
might
seconds.
Lead to future exchanges of resources, information. Maybe we could have people go over their planet and see what it's like if we get along with them. And then I was like, but we came to the realization that if this is real, you just hope that they're hot, right? Because you're gonna go, if you go over the planet, the other planet, you hope you go to the planet with the hot aliens and not the insects. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be going over there. After all, we're just mammals at the end of the day.
That's good. That's good. He was trying to be lighthearted with Lou, and Lou wasn't catching on to it.
Yeah.
His improv skills were lacking that day. Which
wow. Are you telling me Lou Reviews couldn't read the room?
Yes.
Look at Julian's. Oh, Julian's about to get into it, bro. That might have actually been it. Wow.
But Lou, I came to know Lou through when I had Ashton Forbes on. And so that's when I was talking with him, because he didn't like Ashton, and then he liked my podcast with him because obviously, like, Ashton and I had a big back and forth there. But, you know, I think Twitter is not good for a lot of people. It's one reason why, like, I've never put the links to my Twitter in anything. Right? I don't even tell people about it. I'm only hearing about it now. It's been mentioned a couple times, like on my podcast before, you know, and we do post. We have a second account now. So here's your welcome to go follow this, called Julian Dory Podcast, where we do post clips every day, and it's not really like any tweeting. But that was always like on purpose, because I've lived on Twitter for information gathering since 2009, since I was a fucking teenager. And I have seen what trouble people get into. Boom, 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 boom. Send, right? Behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate place to get in trouble, behind the keyboard. And I see this very unhealthy back and forth that happens, and we're just using one of many examples right here. This is all over Twitter. But in this case, between, you know, you want to call them the believers and the people who are like, it's just the government, like Lou, and the animosity and hatred that they have for each other from behind the keyboard is kind of like inhumane. And I experienced some of it with Ashton, obviously, when we're not going to get into all that, but basically there were attacks levied my way, and then I was forced to actually have to get in Twitter response mode for like a week of my life. And I don't, that's not my world. I don't do that. But when I was in there, all these other blisters open to bleed, right? With all these other people. And me and Danny Jones were getting like a crash course on who fucks with who and who doesn't. And I'm just like, I wonder if any of these people would treat each other this way if they talked about it, even not even in person, just like on a podcast like that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's something about that that's off. And if anything, if you're someone who wants to try to actually get to disclosure, which a lot of us want, right? I'm skeptical we'll ever really get it, because it's like, what's the incentive for a government to share this with you? Or
What do you guys think about that so far? Like, I feel like, honestly, he's making a lot of good points. The environment is crazy, and
yeah, I mean, the environment has always been crazy. It all depends on who you interact with. You know, I showed Tupa and you a DM tonight, right? Of basically me telling someone not to be like falsely accusing people of being pedophiles. Like, that's kind of lame. So yeah, that's kind of wild. That stuff.
yeah. Tupa, are you there?
Big time, big time. I think Julian's making a lot of great points. A lot of people looking at this from the outside, especially quote unquote normal people, intelligent people, they see it for what it is. You know what I mean? People are terminally online. People have used Twitter as a battlefield. People are going way too far. People are not behaving as if they would in real life. It's bad. It's bad. So you have anonymity combined with you know, the safety of being too far away from the people you're talking shit about, and it gets ugly. And the UFO community seems to be infiltrated in a way, or at the very least, it seems to be a norm, a welcomed event. People, I think, have a lot of stress and pressure, and they want to take it out on people. And somehow UFO Twitter has been like the perfect place for that, and it's crazy. So yeah, I think Julian's making a lot of very apt observations here. I agree with him. Did your battery just die?
Oh, is that me? Is that what that was?
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen. Well, the West Coast we're in a heat wave. There's crazy respiratory things going around, and you know, we're not immune to this stuff. We don't live in a high castle. We're out here in the trenches.
I just want to make a note that Heather Birdie is only mildly cooler.
Only mildly what?
Cooler.
Yeah. She is cool though. She is cool.
No, but she said she's cooler than me. I just want to make sure
then you
down there in the chat. It's only mildly. You're only mildly cooler than me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, this might be a good thing to end with. Unless there's more of that. I feel like we got the gist of what Julian Dory wanted to say, right? Or is there more of this you wanted to play?
No, there's no more of this, but I do have something to say about Lou Reviews.
Go for it.
Lou Reviews, I think you're being kind of a bitch right now. And I think the way you're behaving and the things you're trying to say and do, are stupid, and the arguments you're making, trying to drag me under for something I didn't do. Even the person you claim that I trespassed got on your own thread and said, Tupa never did that, please delete this, and you had to delete it. Then you went on your show where you don't review anything but me and now Heather Birdie, and you proceed to like lie your ass off and position yourself as the most sympathetic, most honest, most heartfelt person in the community, and you're just worried about other people. Suck a dick, dude. I don't like you because of the way you talk. You're a piece of shit. You lie all the time. You fucking lie about me all day, every day. For some reason, you need me and Red and everybody else to be your villain so that you can play the hero. I've never seen a hero looks like you. I've never heard a hero sounds like you. I've never talked to a hero who talks like you. You need to check yourself, bro. Over here trying to drag this is real shit. Kimball, we don't know what's going on with Kimball, but he's his own person, and he speaks for himself. And the idea that you're going to now stand for him and you're going to defend him against a fucking phantom enemy. Red and I are not Kimball's enemy. We've never been Kimball's enemy. You don't know Kimball. You don't know the people you're trying to talk about and defend. You're way off base here. You'd be best to just chill the fuck out, not talk about me when it comes down to this specific thing, and then just focus your show on fucking, I don't know, whatever else you want to do. But this shit, dude, it has to stop, bro. Like, you look stupid. You look dumb. You lost the battle. You're over here saying Heather Birdie had AI write the song. It's dumb. It's dumb. You're attacking people. You're attacking women. You're punching down, and that goes against your liberal like ideals. Don't punch down. You look stupid when you do it, especially when you're trying to stick up for people. I wish you'd come on the show. Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, Lou, you got to stick to the shit you know, or else everybody's just going to quit your show.
Boom. There it is.
That was like, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Yeah, make it rhyme, make it short, make it sweet, make it snappy. Good work, Mike. I like that.
All right, let's close with this. Do y'all see this? I thought this was interesting. Shouts out Arthur, friend of the show. Let's see. Maybe I could do this way. So he says, I have a theory that Jason Sands was one of the 40 witnesses Grush interviewed, and that all the talk about something big happening first half of 2024 was in reference to Jason going public. But the Twitter space was not planned, and Jason was a bit too open about some of his more out there experiences for the inner circle's liking. So they decided to publicly snub him. Hashtag UFO Twitter. To which Jason Sands says, you are correct. Oh, and he's in the live chat saying, I removed Loose Book, not that good. Sorry, chat. Damn, I wanted it to be good. I think it'll be good. Honestly, I think I'm gonna love the
those
book.
things are kind of obvious to me, right? That's kind of what happened here. Although,
one of the 40 witnesses, though, that's like,
yeah, I would say that's kind of, well, that doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me at all. But to hear it official now, right? It's like this is definitely a development.
Yeah, no, you're right for sure. Shout out to Arthur for getting
yeah, seriously, I hope he's watching.
Yep, shout out.
So yeah, the things here, because there's a few things said here. One of the 40 witnesses Grush interviewed, he was the hype they were referencing. And the inner circle was pissed about the Twitter space. They didn't like it. And it's kind of sad, because I feel for him, because even when he went on Goofon's show, right, I feel like the reason he even came out was kind of to defend Grush, because he felt like Grush, and that was when the FOIA happened with Greenwald, and Kirkpatrick is who's lying. I feel like his intention was really to defend Grush, because like I said, when he went on Goofon like a year ago, he went on to defend Grush, right? And when he came in that Twitter space, one of the things he said was like, there's a lot of like stuff being said about people like Grush and stuff, and I just kind of want to help set the record, correct the record. So I feel like he thought he was doing something good, which honestly I personally think he did do something good, and he was hoping to be backed up by his boys, right? But I feel like he just kind of got left out, hung out to dry. And even he's saying, at the end, he says they decided to publicly snub him, the inner circle, and he says you are correct to this entire statement. So I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
I think that's probably true, and I think B even said 80 plus now witnesses. Like, I think that could be true too. I don't know if that's Grush interviewing 80 plus witnesses, but yeah.
Oh, apparently he's tweeting live as we speak. Well, I guess we should go look at this. Let's see what he's saying.
Oh, live Sands?
Live Sands watch. Yep. Sandstorm. Dun, 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 dun.
If it said Sandstorm, wouldn't that be crazy? You guys would have shit your pants.
Sound effect. He did. That was great. So
I'm looking for this AD number. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh shoot! Okay, let's share this tab instead, yo. So he says, I just spoke to David Grush, and he said I was one of 80 plus, not 40.
Woo! Shout out B. She was the first one in
Damn.
Damn!
That's 4 minutes ago? Oh no, that's 1 hour ago. But still, what does that show you? Sands is in the mix, bro. Sands isn't going away, I think. Right?
I think Sands went rogue, dude. And what did Sheehan say? He's not playing ball. He's not taking advice, so we don't fuck with them. Yeah, dude. He don't care.
I told him that too in his space. He was listening. I was in there. I was like, hey, bro, just want to let you know, I think what you do is pretty dope, pretty badass. You got James Fox to name the circle. I attribute Melon's Aztec thing to you coming out probably. Ooh. And even this, there was another one too. Where I was like, was this because of that? I feel like Fugel's energy. Fugel's like recent, like, you know what I mean? Let's burn it down energy.
Dude, a lot of people are saying that the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef is because Sands is spaces.
Yes. So. And we all know that all of those are actually attributed to whistleblower UAP Mike.
We do.
Laying down what's possible on social media. But yeah, so that's really cool. I mean, honestly, the fact that Grush is taking his call, I think, is huge. Right? I mean, if that's true.
I would say so, right? Yeah, if he's talking to Sands and he's like, "You're one of 80," yeah, I think that's big. I don't think Grush's just getting on the phone with anybody these days.
Yeah, he would have to be straight up like making stuff up, like lying, right? And I don't get that vibe. I don't know. Although I will say this that's the thing about ufology, the juxtaposition of absurd and like profound. The fact that this is all happening and this is his profile picture, that like emoji with the head exploding, it's just signs of the times, I guess, right?
Yep. Sands in the chat.
Oh, I was gonna give you guys the exclusive, but Fox told me not to. Damn, I've heard some rumors that he's actually open to coming on Skyfire News.
Sands or Fox?
Sands.
Oh yeah, I bet he would be. I would love to do like a standalone interview with them, pre-recorded, and then just put that out, dude. That'd be crazy. Or even live. We could do it live.
Yeah, Jason, if you're listening to this, if you're watching, somebody who knows them, definitely will down to interview you, give you a platform. I was in the Twitter space. I think I asked some pretty good questions. I feel like me and Tupa are pretty knowledgeable. We respect the topic. We want to foster. We've literally been about fostering an environment for whistleblowers for months at this point now, right? So we're about it, dude.
Blow the whistle here. No, we support Sands. We support people like talking on this stuff. Without them, we wouldn't have much to talk about other than our own theories and ideas, and those can go awry really quickly. So too quickly. So yeah, having people like this in the mix is always good. Sands, you're welcome to come on the show anytime. That'd be really great, actually. And James Fox and David Grush.
Yeah,
come on, talk about it. Sure. Talk it out. Talk it out. 80 whistleblowers, not 40.
I was actually just talking to Jesse, and he's open to coming on too. So we got stuff popping, yo.
Yeah,
popping.
Red, what do you think about having big guests on Fridays? Not that UAP Mike isn't a big guest, but I think stuff like that. Yeah,
it's fun.
What does that mean? What do you mean big guests?
Like if we were to get a Jason Sands, we might do that on the end of the week, Friday.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But then will our guests that come on like a not Friday be like, for show?
Guys, are you trying to say that I'm not carrying your ratings?
No, you definitely are doing a lot of heavy lifting for ratings. Sure. But like with bigger guests or with these guests with a lot to say, like a whistleblower, I think we'd want to give them basically the whole hour to talk and interview and whatnot, unless the daily news, you know what I'm saying? But that could be cool. Sure. Something to look forward to for you guys. You know what I mean? A little Friday fun day. Man,
send out positive loosh that he does it here, guys.
Yes. Let him know. Let him know. Skyfire News is the place to be. Just like Paranormal Chris told Chrisley. Skyfire News is the place to be. Definitely come here. Definitely, we're going to hear you out. We want to know about it. Red, I think that's our show because I'm dying over here.
I think that's our show too. That was fun. It covered a lot of news, a lot of stuff happening. Dude, this Vatican stuff, I'm hyped for Friday, bro. Especially if we have some of the guests I think we're going to have on Friday.
Yes.
To dissect that with.
Yes.
Bro, that'll be Dude, what if they're just like, what if they have a picture of Chris Bledsoe and the lady painting or something like that? You know what I mean?
That'd be wild.
Honestly,
That'd be wild, dude. Oh, I'm into it. I mean, I almost half expect like it to be written or co-authored by Tim Taylor, dude. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, why not? Tim Taylor, Diana Pasolka are in the mix. Honestly, they might have a little snippet in there, right? A little quote or like co-authored by, consulted with.
You know, I'll try to get a hold of Pasolka, see if she has any kind of like a statement on what the Vatican will release. Yeah, I think we should try to hit her up, see what, you know, if she has any feelings. I mean, they're releasing on the 17th, so that's what, like this Friday. So yeah, let's do it.
You were in her class and she liked you, right? What do you think, Mike? You think we could get Pasolka? Not yet. Maybe in a little bit. Maybe a month from now.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know, man. You can ask.
Send the vibes out. I think we could. Pasolka's great. I think one of the things our show needs, you know, we just need to be able to show people that we can interview people. You know what I mean? So we'll grab them on. We'll throw it in. We'll put it out there in the ether. But even getting a statement, even a tweet back, some kind of response about how she feels about what the new things are going to be. Oh, and by the way, May 17th through the 18th or 19th is going to be the McMinnville UFO Festival taking place in my area. So I'm going to go down there and check it out. So you guys are going to be able to experience the McMinnville UFO Festival from the perspective of yours truly. And I'll be streaming if I can, because I don't know what's going on over there with the Wi-Fi, but at the very least recording, camera, professional stuff, and you'll get a video afterwards to see what it's all about and what you missed.
That's
If
hella
you guys,
fun.
dude, if you guys don't know, McMinnville UFO Festival is about the McMinnville UFO photograph, one of the most analyzed and scrutinized and verified UFO photographs of all time. I think the year was 1959, but I don't know because I'm on cold medicine. But I think that was the year. And Jeff Knox recently posted about it. Yes. Oh my God, you're quick with that shit. Here's the photo. You might have seen it. And that has been verified. They have the camera, they had the angle, they know exactly where the guy was standing. He took 2 or 3 photographs of this actually, and they've gotten a lot of background. Even I think it was I can't remember his name now, dude. The guy who said that like orbs are real. He came out, the CIA guy. God, this cold medicine is good, ladies and gentlemen. John Ramirez. Yes, John Ramirez came out and said that this photograph is like legit. So, good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go there and check it out. I expect to see floats with aliens. I expect to see a lot of alien paraphernalia, alien bongs. I expect to see everything. But also, Ryan Graves is gonna be there giving a talk. So if you're in the area, if you want to stop by, if you want to meet up beforehand, afterwards for a beer, hit me up. I'll be in the mix. The McMinnville UFO Festival this weekend. We'll
Will
be
the
talking
mummies
about it.
be there?
I wish. You know what I should do is make a mummy cake and then hold it up during Ryan Graves' speech just to freak him out. I'll dress up like Jaime. I'll dress up like Jaime Musan.
Get somebody to get Jamie Masson to jump up on stage. Surprise, Ryan.
It'd be so funny.
You should totally go as Jaime Maussan.
Oh, he would
All right,
run.
fun show, everyone. Probably see
Good
you in
shit.
space. You know, we're addicted to this shit.
UAP Mike, thank you so much for stopping by, dog. Appreciate you. We got a new member, Rob the Great One. Thank you so much. And we got our super sticker from Milana. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you here. Skyfire News, you're our Skyfire family. You're keeping it going.
Bye.
Peace out, and until next time. And you know we're going to play you out with some music. Peace.
What if I just called her a hooker? just saw Michael A. Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck is Kimball? Where the hell is Red? Someone saw craft over Ashton's bed. Melinda Les's space. I got 6 green lasers, and I'm pointing in that space. And I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, had nearly anything temperature. I thought star seeds had some kind of turn up temperature regulation system or some shit. And I'm way too high to peek and I'm shooting on lizards like that she had. And if she had thinks that reptilians are hot, maybe not. I don't know to believe I'm left holding the floaties in this pool of water that I carried for today. The transatlantic are coming, tall whites are spoken clear. There's no use in running, he's already here. Richard Downey, I can't believe a thing he told me, but I can't stop listening closely to Richard Downey. Downey never told me a thing that I didn't think was real. Hold me when I'm lonely, so I remember how you feel. Found it even when I found out she was cheating. I took a jump room to Mars. I fought a mantis with a Martian crackhead who took it too far, and watched Barron Trump take the throne on Mars from me. And went right back to Richard Downey. I can't believe a thing he told me, but I can't stop listening closely to Richard Downey. Richard Downey. I can't believe a thing.
This is Sky Fire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Skyfire News is on the internet. Skyfire